Okay, good to go. That was a my bee.
It happens.
Okay, good to go. That was a my bee.
It
No
happens.
worries.
Okay, good to go. That was a my.
Yeah. I forgot to turn off Twitch, so I was watching myself.
That's why I was hearing myself echo in the background over and over.
Well, that and your audio on Roll20 was on, so.
Is it still on? I thought I turned my audio off.
It was on mine, so I just turned you. I basically just muted you.
Okay, so now is it off? I see a pause button next to it, so I guess it's off.
I would assume that's what that pause button means. I always feel like somebody's watching me.
And Paul has a character too, yes.
He does, and he's still not in Roll20. We're waiting on him, and Zach never logged out, so we're also waiting on him.
He's just very prepared. Very prepared.
He is prepared. Now, should I post in Verge chat that I'm doing stuff, or?
I think she does. I don't know if Verd's chat has a self-promotion button, but in Crystallized and Free Hugs, there's a thing. I could promote you. Hold on a sec.
That's fair. I am trying so hard not to just break out in a singing Wardruna. I have one viewer. Is it me?
Yeah, that's me.
That's you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even watching my own stream.
Yeah.
How dare I?
Yeah, I'll put some music in the background while it's all waiting.
Flurry of blows, flurry of blows.
I don't know what I'm doing with my character sheet.
Yeah. I think you click on the name to do stuff. Pretty sure I got all my important stuff.
The thing is, like, I have most of my important stuff, like, you know, my key counter and
yeah, I got
all
my
that.
rage counter, my HP. Some of my other stuff for a bit
Yeah.
iffy. Pretty sure I got my saves correctly.
I don't know about that for me. I mean, I'm still at a question mark for my smith's tools, cook's utensils, saves. What do I have?
If you went through the character mancer, you should be able to figure it out.
I mean, I have my death saves.
Yeah, it would be right under your proficiency bonus to the left of your hit points.
Oh, yes, then I have those.
Strong, man.
His strong hand.
Well, I just heard through the door. Paul can't find his headphones.
That's not good.
Fortunately, I had to use a stock image for my token. My guy does not have blonde hair.
Hmm.
But I hear our illustrious DM has already hired an artist to draw out our characters for us.
Hmm.
So I hear. So much quiet, so much quiet. So, how are you doing, Kaz?
I'm doing okay. Looking up spoofs and things. The Xbox One. God damn it, Xbox is so weird. Xbox Series X is releasing tomorrow, and then the PS5 is releasing on the 11th of November, I believe. So, just following tech news and seeing what's going on. New AMD graphics cards are also going to be released on the 11th. Linux has been amazing to me as of late, has not been finicky. It's been doing everything that I wanted it to do. Windows is kind of being a problem child and is sitting in the corner.
Windows is being Windows, yeah.
Yeah, Windows is just being Windows, you know. It's like the bad boyfriend, you know, the one where it's like, you know, you
No.
hate him, but you love him so
I'll
much.
tell you exactly what Windows is. It's that weird. It's that weird kid from school who would always eat paste, but your parents insist that you gotta hang out with him.
I thought that was Internet Explorer, but that works too. I like that. It is a Microsoft product, anyways.
Microsoft used to be good, and then the CEOs took over, and it wasn't just a
Yeah,
Bill Gates thing.
yeah. Seems about right.
Because I remember in the '90s, Bill Gates bailed out Apple because he didn't want to monopolize the computer industry.
Yeah,
If I am remembering this correctly.
possibly. So, are you going to be playing any music for your viewers at all?
Hopefully, I was going to have too much talking to go over it, but I couldn't find any royalty free music to play softly in the background. That may change in the future.
I mean, you go on Stream Beats.
That is
They have,
true, but it may not fit the situation, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I guess. Yeah. I was reading an article about some of the DMCA auto bot type things.
Yeah, that's another thing I
They're
wanted to
super
bring up.
aggressive now, so it's like, what the fuck?
Again, that was another thing I wanted.
Mm.
Is it DMCA, DACM, DM,
Digital Millennium Copyrights Act or something like that.
DMCA? Okay.
Yeah. DCMA is like defense something, like some military thingy.
So it is Devil May Cry Annihilation. Got it.
Yeah.
That is how I will remember that from this point forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, lemons.
Wait, how did I do Flurry of Blows? That's a little weird.
You
What the fuck?
clicked your Flurry of Blows ability, I would assume.
Oh, that was when I was trying to make the attack Flurry of Blows, but I didn't know exactly what I was supposed to put in. And then I think I deleted it.
Boom. Yep. Oh my god, that was an abysmal attack.
So if I just do this, then okay, Monk on Arm Strike.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. How's that?
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. What is the difference between these two numbers here?
In this, you're rolling to attack. Normally,
So
you would just take the first one. However, in 5e, you can gain advantage and disadvantage. If you
okay,
have advantage, you take the higher of the two numbers. If you have disadvantage, you take the lower.
okay. Neato.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
You're a bit low on my end, but I can adjust that.
All right, cool. Yeah, apparently it didn't take my settings initially, so I had to change which one it was outputting to.
Okay.
I almost got killed by a mushroom just now.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Sounds like a
Sounds like a what, Paul?
personal problem.
It
So
was
if
a
I
personal problem.
So Flurry of Blows, mainly after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action. So does that mean I get 1 normal attack, then I get 1 extra attack after that?
It sounds like. Read it out again.
Immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Sounds to me like you make your attack, and then you can spend a key point to get 2 more attacks.
So 3 hits?
Assuming
Yeah.
all 3 of
You
them
actually hit.
So some subclasses like Drunken Master upgrade Flurry of Blows at later levels, but still consumes your bonus action and does not hinge on how many attacks you have.
Yes.
So essentially, I get regular attack action, then bonus action.
Yes.
And I could use the bonus action to instead move away or something?
It's called bonus action dash, and I believe so.
Okay. So if I have the resources, I might as well use it.
Effectively.
The only other thing I don't know about is key accumulation.
I think you get key points back after a long rest. They're like the Barbarian Rage.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, since all the players are here, I want to keep this. I'm going to put down some ground rules. I want to keep this a somewhat RP. Want to keep this game somewhat RP heavy. Yeah, we can have combat, but try and stay in character as much as you can. Try not to talk over anybody. And finally, DM's word is law. If we have any issues with the ruling or something, we just let the DM make a judgment call and we stick with that until the session is over.
Okay.
After the session is done and the stream is ended, we then look it up and see if we were right, wrong, or whatnot. If we were right, cool, no changes. If we were wrong,
Going
We'll
forward.
adjust it going forward.
Okay. Before we continue with this, I just have one last thing to ask. It has to do with key one more time. So pretty much it says key save DC, which equals 8 plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier.
Yes.
Okay.
So how much key does that mean I have? Or
Oh, that's your attack roll.
oh, that's my attack roll.
Technically, it's the save your opponent needs to do if they need to make a save at all for any
Okay,
of your
that's
key
what it
powers.
is. Then how many
However,
points do I actually have?
There should be a chart on the.
It'll
notes.
either be based off of your key ability stat, or it'll actually be something like proficiency bonus plus something. It'll tell you in your thing under key how many you get and how, either the chart or otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the player's handbook.
Okay, so based off of level. Okay, so I only have 3 key points. Got it. And it recovers every 30 minutes.
Yep. Wait, 30 minutes?
Let me read that just to make sure.
If it says short rest, even though a short rest is 30 minutes, you have to actually take the short rest, not
Yeah,
just.
I know that. Do-do-do-do. Let's see.
Cool.
You must spend at least 30 minutes of the rest meditating to regain your key points.
Okay.
Okay.
Does that make
So
more
whenever you
sense?
take the rest, you have to take that action.
So I have to actually take the action of meditating
Yes.
to restore key.
Correct.
And that would only
Otherwise,
restore all my key points or just one? No, I think it's all by the looks of it.
Yeah, by the sound of the description, it was all.
Yeah. Because it was like the rest of us, I get all my spells back for taking a short rest and the like. So it sounds like you'd get all your key points back, but again, you have to actually meditate during that short rest and not just take a short rest.
Not
Yeah,
me.
so
Not me.
I basically can't interact with anything else while I'm doing a short rest of meditation.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds fair.
I wish I could get my rages back in a short rest. No, I have to do a long rest for that.
Yeah. I know there's one thing that I get back from a long rest. I can't remember what the heck that was.
Anyway, our DM is due here. A moment. Just waiting on.
Yeah.
Get into Discord.
Also, Iskael, I'm gonna send you a couple links. So here's the first one.
You
So
sending-
basically, just like it's in
sending
your
me
Discord.
links.
A link in Discord.
Okay. Jeez.
So you could have those in the background, I guess, and just pretty much choose according to whatever the situation is.
I'm just gonna start it up.
Okay.
I hope it's royalty free. I mean, it says so in the title, but
I just realized I was muted. But I was saying that there's the option of like stream beats or pretzel rocks. Stream beats is definitely more like futuristic type stuff, so I don't think it would really match.
Yeah, it
Pretzel
sounds-
rocks, you don't really have much of a choice as to what they play.
Yeah.
You could choose the genre, but
And
Yeah.
honestly, I think our DM is going to, because our DM is going to know what music's supposed to fit for each situation more than we are, because the DM is the one setting the situations up. I think he's going to put music into Roll20.
oh, you could do that?
Yes.
That's cool.
I'm not going to presume what a DM is going to do.
Okay, it's actually on a long rest, not a short rest to get my spells back. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought that sounded weird. 'Cause if
One
I-
of my other abilities is a short rest, and I keep getting them mixed up. But yeah, it's the long rest that I get them back.
Yeah, because I was about to say, if you got your spells back on a short rest, there's a streamer that I follow that's been doing it wrong.
The last campaign I was part of in Roll20, he had tavern music.
I mean, I have it for the one that I also get my evil laugh from that has all the music we need, but I can't put it personally into Discord. I mean, I could just recommend him get the app and go from there.
It's not Discord per se, it would be through Roll20 specifically.
Well, it's whatever we're getting sound from, because we're muting the Roll20 in order to hear each other in Discord. You wouldn't even hear it on the stream.
I'm not muting Roll20 specifically.
Okay.
I'm muting,
The people in Roll20.
which
Yeah.
I think I need to redo.
It's actually
Big-
easier if all of us as players don't broadcast to Roll20 and just go through Discord. And that way, all you'll get from the other one is just the output from Roll20 for sound effects.
Speaking of which, are you guys hearing me
Yeah.
through
Yeah.
I hear you
Roll20?
just fine.
No.
Oh, I can't tell if it's through Roll20 or not.
You would be hearing double.
Yeah, because I keep getting Kaz.
But you're getting me in Roll20?
Yeah, until I turn your volume down.
Oh, how about now? Is it blocked now?
It's not showing it as blocked, but try saying something.
Hi.
Okay, sounds like it's blocked. I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
keep
because I didn't hear
I'm just
anything
gonna
from
keep-
both, but I also don't broadcast anything, period.
Just make sure.
I'm just gonna.
I'm
keep
just going to disable my broadcasting in general.
Fair enough. Now, how did you do that?
So you click the settings cog at the top right, and then you go down to game settings. And then you choose I want to broadcast or receive nothing and nothing.
Yeah.
And then reconnect to update the settings.
Yeah, like I just hit broadcast to others nothing, but receive from others voice only.
There we go.
And that way if he wants to do any kind of music to us, I'd be able to hear it.
That makes sense.
Well, video and voice are all that is blocking. Man, English sucks.
Yeah.
Words are hard, man.
I'm
I am
going to speak a
recommending-
sentence that is perfect English and makes perfect sense.
Good luck.
Hold up. I will say it now. Buffalo, 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 buffalo.
Barbecue sauce?
No, that was an English sentence.
That was legitimately an English sentence.
Yes.
I don't know how that was a sentence, considering a sentence requires a subject, a verb, and a predicate.
Apparently it had all of those.
Oh, I'm on the wiki right now.
Because buffalo is both a noun and a verb.
God damn it.
How is
English
buffalo
so
a verb?
weird. Alright, I'm about to read the wiki to you if you guys don't mind.
By all means.
Okay. So pretty much buffalo, 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 buffalo is a grammatically correct sentence in American English, often presented as an example of how homonyms and homophones can be used to create complicated linguistic constructs through lexical ambiguity. So it employs three distinct meanings of the word buffalo: as a proper noun to refer to a specific place named Buffalo, the city of Buffalo, New York being the most notable; as a verb to buffalo, meaning to bully, harass, or intimidate, or to baffle, and as a noun to refer to the animal, bison, often called buffalo in North America. And the plural is also buffalo. So as an expanded form of the sentence, which preserves the original order, is buffalo bison, buffalo bison, that other buffalo bison bully, also bully buffalo bison. Jesus fuck. My mouth isn't even working right just reading that, man.
Also bully bison from the city buffalo. Yes.
I
Yes,
honestly
that
never
too.
knew that buffalo meant to bully. That's why I was getting confusion.
I may have heard it or read it in an older book, but I was aware that something like that did exist. You don't hear it at all, like nowadays in modern English.
Yeah, that's fair. But again, like Buffalo for me is both a city named after the animal and the animal. So it's like all I'm hearing is nouns.
Was Buffalo, New York, named after the animal?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Gonna go with
In a roundabout way, it's always been named after the animal. Like the person, it was named after the animal, kind of thing. So one way or another, it ended up named after the animal.
Interesting news.
I'm incredulous on that, but I'm also not sure I'm using the word incredulous correctly, so
Words are hard.
we'll just say sure, let's go with that.
English sucks, man.
You know, now that I'm actually on this, I'm looking up other linguistically complicated sentences.
Oh, you went down that rabbit hole, huh?
It's a rabbit hole I'm going down. So James, while John had a better effect on the teacher. Jesus fuck, what the fuck? So it's easier to understand with added punctuation and emphasis. Okay.
In all reality, there is a single word sentence that makes complete grammatical sense.
Which
What?
would be
I am.
Yes.
Huh.
I heard something.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can we hear me?
Hello.
We can hear you. Hello, welcome on in.
Oh, that
Give me
was
a moment.
that was great. My music shut off as soon as I left.
Although I'm going to throw out, there's also one more, the word fuck, because we all know that it constitutes itself as everything else. So
Try it now.
Yeah, we hear you. You're loud and clear. I was just adjusting your volume.
Hold on.
What?
I don't think.
There we go. Found you.
I was gonna say I don't think he hears
Yay.
us. We hear him just fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't hearing y'all. All right, and I'm also in the chat, so I can see that
And Nathan,
one
this
other
is the part
person
that I was talking about. New York is named after Buffalo Creek, which again, Buffalo Creek was named after the buffalo. So therefore, in a roundabout way, it was still named after the buffalo for the spelling.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, all right. Now that everybody is here, what order do you all have yourselves on roll 20? Is it Zach, Paul, Lord of Iskael, Kitchen Witch, and Casual?
That's what I see.
That's
Yep.
what I have.
Okay. I'm gonna once again go over the ground rules for the stream. Try to stay in character as much as you can. Try not to talk over people. Just be polite and take turns and whatnot. If we have a question about the rules, we'll leave it to DM discretion, i.e., what he says goes. If he's wrong, we'll look it up. Wrong or right, we'll look it up after the stream to check and see if everything's kosher. If it's not, we'll change it in the next stream. If it's cool, we ain't gotta do nothing. Also, again, going back to DM's word is law. If you disagree with a ruling that the DM made, try and keep your discontent, I want to say, I would use, or discontent or disagreement until the end of the stream. When the stream is off, have at it, have your discussions, arguments, or whatever.
Flog me as you will.
Basically.
I do not mind.
Now,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Ah, man.
All right, so
Another thing, it's just an augmentation of that, and this is for anybody who watches this as well as the players. And I know I've brought this up before to some of you. Occasionally there will be a ruling put into place that when it's looked into later, it will be revealed that it was incorrect, and I will make sure you know that I'm aware that that was technically incorrect. That's part of the puzzle.
okay, if I may clarify,
I know I shouldn't be saying that maybe, but at the same time it makes me feel better because that causes less issues in the long run.
okay, I'm gonna clarify what you just said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but our DM is going to house rule things as he sees appropriate.
Correct.
Hi.
Alrighty. Now,
Very cool.
you get
I have
35
one last
minutes.
question.
All right.
So when it comes to staying in role for your character, am I allowed to use just my regular voice as is right now, as a learned monk? Because I can't really do accents that well.
Look, you don't have to do a voice for your character if you don't want to. I mean, you can if you can do a silly voice.
I will try my best.
well, I can do plenty of them.
Oh god, no.
You don't have to. What I mean by stay in character is if you know something about what's going on in the universe, like you know exactly what monster we're facing, you have to remember your character does not. And you can,
Okay, that I understand.
and you have to make decisions based on what your character knows, not what you know.
Or
I
like
could
if
do
your
that.
character
Like-
has a particularly low int or wisdom, and all of a sudden you piece together the puzzle, but your character has no comprehension of how the puzzle goes together, you can't act like it would.
Makes perfect sense to me. Got it. I'm on the same page now. I know you guys are like, 13 pages ahead, but I'm working on it. I'm just kind of skipping through.
Another example I like to use is we all know werewolves are weak to silver weapons and whatnot. However,
I'm a punch it.
a character we are playing as may have never even heard of a werewolf and has no idea what in God's name this creature is, and he will not know that silver will be super effective against this monster.
I'm gonna punch it really hard.
There you go.
No metagaming, basically.
Effectively, yes. And finally,
Go ahead.
well, I was going to say, finally, we will introduce ourselves in the order we show up on Roll20.
Okay.
But if there's something Zach wants to add before we do introductions,
Just a bit of a thing. I actually wrote out a little that I haven't been able to turn into a handout yet for future reference, but I wanted to go ahead and read it out as kind of the official start of the campaign.
Okay.
After we introduce ourselves, I was going to have us do the campaign introduction effectively. DM set the stage kind of thing.
Yep.
If,
I think that we could go ahead and do that. I think this is a good lead-in to the introduction, however. To the introductions of the character, if I may.
well, at the start, I was going to introduce the players.
Never mind then. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Introduce the players.
I misunderstood.
Get into the game. Have you give your spiel, and then we introduce the characters, because this is episode 1 where we all are meeting each other. So our introductions will likely be in character.
Before he starts all that, I did have one question to ask him about one of my inventory items. For a material component, I needed ink that requires 10 gold pieces, but it doesn't say what quantity I acquire it in. I don't know if it needs to be a vial of 1 ounce, like it says in the book for the 10 gold, or because it's the magical ink, I'd be able to have a vial of said, which is 4 ounces.
Give me a moment, because that's something I can just go ahead and look up real quick. Seeing as the only one I'm finding at all is just the 1 ounce bottle.
If you look on the page after it, it actually says like capacity things, and it actually has the vial for 4 ounces, but the 1 ounce vial of ink is actually like a bottle has 1.5 ounces or some shit like that, and that's why it makes no sense that it says a vial of ink, but it's like a fourth of what you normally have in a vial.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it's the regular 1 ounce bottle of ink.
Okay.
Okay. So, introduce yourselves, players. Beginning with our illustrious Dungeon Master.
Hello! My name is Zach, also known as Terry the Guest, depending on where you look for me. I will be your DM for this, your Dungeon Master, for the foreseeable future of this campaign.
Next.
I will pass it off to Paul.
There you go.
Hello, I will be your, I don't even know how to put this, but I'm just going to be like the face of the party, I'm hoping, and the way that we move from point A to point B.
You'll see.
Yeah. As more introductions along the lines of, Hi, I'm Lord Iskael, a Twitch streamer. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Lord Iskael. Or was it Iskael Lord? I don't know. Things are weird.
Lord_Iskael for your Twitch stream.
Oh, that's how it is? Cool.
Seeing as I have none of those, I don't really have anything to discuss.
Yeah, he's just Paul.
He
That
just
is fair.
exists.
He's
Thank
just
you.
Paul.
That guy we found at the bar one day, just sitting in a corner.
Not a lie.
Sounds about right.
Alright.
Next up, we will introduce Miss Kitchen Witch.
To people who actually know me. I also don't exist on social media. I mean, I have a Twitch, but I don't actually use it. So I'm also just a person who exists. Kaz, you're up.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Casual, and I am a Twitch streamer. Probably going to be moving to YouTube pretty soon because I don't agree with the whole pre-roll ads and stuff like that. But that's just long story short. I play Linux stuff. I like playing with Linux a lot. If I could debloat Microsoft at all whatsoever and make it so nothing breaks, that would be absolutely fantastic. But that's my little spiel. I like punching things, hence I am a monk. See you guys in game.
All right.
And with that, set the stage, O Grand Dungeon Master.
I'm going to go ahead and start with something that each of your characters technically has within their inventory, though it might not be in there yet. It is a small piece of you will all find that you have a small piece of paper that has your name written on it at the bottom. And it reads as follows. The following document shall be considered as both a contract of employment between the signed and the Archipelago Trading Company, hereby referred to as the company, and as a badge of identification within the company. This contract signifies that the signed has formed a covenant with the company and has the qualifications to perform work as a part of the MiddleMen faction within. This contract is to be considered permanent for as long as the signed and/or the company are willing to maintain this agreement. This document has been signed by a local Archipelago Trading Company representative, as well as our characters. Starting with the character in the blue outline, please.
So, I think that's me.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and introduce characters like this now.
Okay.
Go ahead and just do the classic.
Now, is this like we've just effectively met each other, or is this we're just describing ourselves in general?
Describe yourself in general.
Okay. He is high elf, but for most of the part, looks like he is trying to hide himself as a human in human-esque clothes, hiding his ears, different facial features, so that it's not apparent that he's actually an elf. But carries a signet ring on the left middle hand. Very musketeer-like attire.
Very good. Next, we shall move on to the character in the purple ringed token.
I'm gonna assume that's me.
Yes.
I am very short. Don't talk about it. I'm a gnome. I have bright red hair, bright green eyes, kind of brownish skin, and I always carry my bagpipes. And please don't ask me where I'm from. Just don't.
One thing I did forget. Go ahead and give us your names, please, as the signed.
My name's Rena.
Lord
Rena
Roll.
McIntyre.
Sorry. Carol, could you say your last name again?
McIntyre.
McIntyre? Okay. Paul, you?
Lord Roll.
Lord Roll?
Yes.
All right. I suppose I am to describe myself next.
Yes.
All right. The human sitting before you seems to be roughly middle-aged, half head shaved with the other half of his hair braided and tied back behind his head. Darker hair. Clean shaven for the most part, with tattoos along the left side of his face, which also happens to be the side that's shaved. Regarding various, we'll call them giant runes, like giant the language, not giant.
Giant the size.
Yes, exactly. He seems a bit world-weary and has strapped to his back and sides a number of axes. Like, this guy looks like he may not be looking for a fight, but he will definitely finish one.
And his name as the signed?
His name? Garanda.
And lastly, the character in the redlined token.
With the absolute best token art, by the way.
For real.
However, he does not look exactly like that. He is a 4 foot, 200-pound dwarf, slightly tanned from his time outside, with dark brown hair and a clean-shaven face. He's wearing tattered clothing, has a short sword to his side and a backpack filled with various explorer gear, and is pretty much just enjoying a beer on the side while enjoying the company of his fellow taverniers. And his name is Hardcore.
Thank you. And now, to properly begin. Tell me if you all hear this.
Yep.
Do indeed.
I can hear it.
I suppose I can turn my music off then.
Yes. You are currently actually within the galley aboard a small sailing vessel on your way to a job on Bagginar Isle. You are all part of a faction known as the MiddleMen within the Archipelago Trading Company. The MiddleMen's entire purpose is primarily to ensure the safety and well-being of company assets and interests, which mostly involves ensuring that the people on the islands themselves are safe, as safe and happy people leads to safe and happy trade. You have been getting reports of various amounts of suspicious activity on and around Bagginar Isle, and as such, you have been tasked, chosen, signed on to, or otherwise sent to go to Bagginar Isle and investigate such rumors and ensure that the safety and well-being of the company asset that is the island of Bagginar is... Okay, you know what? This basically you're there to go and make sure that everything's okay. Got there. I was trying to be serious, but I broke it. I'm sorry.
Okay, no good, no worries.
You don't have to be serious. And also, Paul, you're much more experienced with this. How did you change your chat name?
Oh, your
In
actual
your
like.
settings.
If
There
you
it
go
is.
down
Found it. Thank
yeah,
No.
it's literally at the bottom. As you can change between your name and your character name.
I found it. Thank you.
Ladies, you're both pretty.
That's an opinion you're having.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely on both our accounts.
Okay. You're currently in the galley. The cookie's on his break currently, and so you've just all been partaking of some of the grog that has been on the ship.
Have we been given any further instruction beyond just our little badge of honor, as it were?
None as of yet, beyond that you are to speak to the company representative within Port Bagginar.
Okay.
Is this good grog or is this like haphazardly slapped together terrible grog?
It is grog you will find on a small ship, Paul.
Well, again, I'm just trying to figure out how good the chef is what I'm trying to look for.
Honestly, I think it would be the brewer who'd be in charge of that.
It is absolutely fantastic grog.
Okay.
For, grog. You've tasted better wine and rum and basically any other alcohol. But not only can you stomach this, it actually tastes quite good.
Okay.
I'm just happy to have free drinks.
Right.
You get a
Are you
pass
sure?
on the drinking.
Are you sure it's free?
Well, it's not really free. We're pretty much signing a contract, so somebody's paying for it.
You
Part of
sold
our
your
soul. It's
for
okay.
it.
I sold my soul for a nickel. Still haven't got it.
Was
So
it
is
thrown
each
at them?
square 10 meters?
It is 5 feet.
5 feet per square. Okay.
Yes. If it helps, there is a little symbol on the side in your little bar that looks like a ruler in a circle. That allows you to do that.
Huh. Okay. I did not know that.
Well, now you do.
How you do it? I spent the entirety of my last campaign in Roll20 trying to figure out how the heck to do that.
It is the circle with the ruler, and you just click on your character or click on a square, and you can just do that.
But remember to click it back to the arrow if you want to select something, because if you're in that, you can't actually pick up anything else.
Yes.
Same thing with the drawing shapes.
By the way, speaking of, if we wouldn't mind just making sure everybody has proper control of their tokens.
I'm moving my guy around. Woo!
Cool. All
Yep,
right.
And I can't select anybody else, so we're good.
All right. That works. Let's see. Okay. So, as the cookie comes back in to do his thing, he starts preparing a small meal. He is joined by the captain of the ship.
As the captain walks in, I will basically stand, acknowledge his presence, and I suppose go for a handshake.
He takes your hand, shakes it,
And sit back down.
and he addresses you. You should a little additional background here. Sorry, a little additional background. You have been sailing for a couple of days already, though this is the first time you are properly talking to the captain. You've mostly been talking to the bosun or the first mate.
Okay. Upon seeing the cook before we've noticed the captain, I am going to ask what's on today's menu.
Hardtack and jerky, not that you have to worry about it.
I would assume the same as we've been having the entirety of the journey, fancy man.
Well, actually, most ships would still vary slightly from day to day, so you don't get the same problems.
Yes.
There's been some dried fruit, but in any case, the captain approaches the table. Well, MiddleMen, it's been an honor having you aboard. I thank you and your company for giving me the business. And so I just want to let you know that we are about 2 hours away from Port Bagginar. We just sat at it, and we've got a good wind behind us, and so we should have no issue getting into port on time and with little trouble.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm tired of being on this boat.
Aye, lass. It's just a thing. Not everybody's meant for the sea life. And so I'll leave you to it. The cookie, if there's anything available, the cookie here might be able to fix you up a small lunch. Otherwise, I apologize for not talking to you sooner, but it just so happens that I had some minor business with the lesser deckhands to deal with. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed your ride on my vessel, and I hope you have a wonderful time on Bagginar.
I've got a question for you, Captain.
I have an answer for you.
Is there anything to do here to pass time other than eat and drink? Not that those are bad things at all.
Have you not been throwing dice with any of the deckhands or other crewmates?
Did you say throw hands with the deckhands?
I said
Throw
throwing
dice.
dice.
I like that idea. I would like to do that. When will we get an opportunity to do that?
He walks over and grabs a pair of six-sided dice, and just made out of wood, very basic, and puts them on the table. Hopefully you can pass the time with that. We're getting ready to make port, so I kind of have all hands on deck.
I got a 9.
Let me see these for a second. I'm going to inspect them to see if they actually are balanced, or whether, because they're made out of wood, one side is carved harder or heavier than the other. Might be loaded.
Roll investigation. By all accounts, these are completely standard dice made out of wood, properly carved. Not cheap for what they could be, but certainly not the most expensive. These are not mahogany dice.
Yeah. It's going to be like
snatched
some
the
kind of
dice
like
to roll it
easily come by.
myself.
Okay. Do you know how to roll on Roll20?
Kaz?
He does indeed. He figured it
Damn
out.
it.
Sweet.
Hello!
I win.
We didn't say if we were playing high-low, though.
Fair point.
And so with that, and with a chuckle, the captain walks out of the room.
Damn.
All right, so what are we wagering on all this? Obviously, if we're going to play a game, we got to make a wager.
I'm out.
What do you have to offer?
I have a rope. I have a couple of torches, rations.
Or if you want, I can also skip you to the port if you don't want to do further roleplay. It is for future reference. It is always a choice for me to go ahead and skip you to at least one of the next parts that you're leading up to.
Well, I kind of want Roll's hat, so.
I'm gonna go up on deck and basically look out at the sea.
All right.
I continue to throw dice in merriment like a giddish little child.
I step away from the two meatheads rolling dice at the table and just kind of lean against the bar counter.
Hey,
Meatheads. I feel
Hey.
insulted by that.
hey! It's one meathead and a man in a fancy hat.
Thank you.
Meathead, one fancy man. My bad.
Technically, by the way, Rena, the board to your top left there has a few throwing knives in it, and is obviously meant for such things. It is meant to be a knife throwing practice board.
I was
I'm
trying to figure out what that
effectively
was.
just trying not to get sick.
Roll
I
me
My character
honestly was
does
trying to
have
figure
10
that out.
darts as well, if you wish to use some of those.
Roll me Constitution then, Rena.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I'm gonna need to fix that. You were nauseous, but not about to throw up. So, as Gearbrand, as Heart and Roll, go ahead and do that, and Rena tries not to lose the hardtack and jerky she's been keeping since breakfast. Gearbrander, you are up on deck.
Aye.
You are up on the bow of the ship. The captain was absolutely correct in saying that it was a fair wind today, that it was a good wind today. You're moving even if you're not the most experienced sailor, you can look around and see that you're moving quite quickly. It is a clear day with some clouds, nice and sunny. The wind makes it very nice to be out on deck. And you do see a island in the distance with a couple of medium-sized mountains on it, and some obvious greenery on part of it. You are close enough to actually see certain details.
Nice.
And so, with that, would you like me to move you on, or would you like to explore the ship, or do something else? I leave it completely up to you. Though I do want.
I'm actually thinking about exploring the ship in a minute, but I just can't remember if this is just a transport vessel or merchant or.
It is specifically a passenger transport vessel.
Okay.
If you want a specific type of ship, it is what is known as what can be colloquially what can be called a sloop, which is
Okay.
a little bigger than just a basic regular sailboat.
It's bigger than a schooner, but it's not meant to be like a galley ship. I get it.
Exactly. In terms of beds, there's a couple of 3 rooms for passengers, a small cargo hold, and the bunks for the 10 crewmates.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no actual place for merchandise, I'm not going to bother looking over the ship because again, the only thing I care about is mercantile at this point.
Yeah. No, this is specifically a passenger transport ship between the various islands within the archipelago.
Okay, I would keep an eye for anybody that we are transporting with, just to get a good idea of whether their faces, appearance, stature, clothing, how well adorned or non-adorned they are.
You are actually the only passengers on this ship.
Okay.
It was meant to be an expedited trip, so the company was able to pay the captain a little extra to get you there quicker. He would have normally left at the next morning, and he instead left the evening that you all managed to meet.
Okay.
So while you might not know each other well, you have gotten to know each other over the last couple of days.
Okay, then I would have taken that time to memorize my compatriots as far as their appearances and the mannerisms.
Then I'll say you did so.
I politely ask Cookie for another pint.
Define politely.
I ask in Dwarven.
Well, seeing as he's a big human, he kind of looks at you funny.
I backtrack and correct myself and ask politely in English. I mean, common.
So English.
Well,
Yeah,
for
so in
us.
English.
Well,
Fantasy
for us.
English.
Hey, for all you know, Common could be Welsh.
Good point.
It's Binglish.
Conveniently, common is whatever language all the players in DM are speaking. Which, yes, is English in this case. And so, he says, and so the cookie looks at you, and he brings up the barrel that he had already tapped, which is really a small cask, but as you will, and just says, go ahead.
I ask everybody else very loudly in the room if they would like any of this.
I'm not in the room, so I cannot
I
answer.
will gladly share a pint with him.
All right.
I'll follow you.
Wait, do I have to do a strength check to carry the cask over to the table?
I don't think...
The minute you try, Cookie puts a hand on it.
Oh.
He wants you to take a glass, not the cask, fool.
Oh.
The yellow dot there, Gearbrander, just means that you're not in the room.
Cool.
Okay.
For a second, I thought I was paralyzed.
No,
chance-
you know you're paralyzed.
And had a chance to lose my turn.
No, you have to go upside down for that.
Yeah, that's right.
So still politely, I just have a questioning. No, I can't take.
Bring over the other cup. You're not taking the cask.
Oh, okay. I just kind of waddle over with my 4-foot body to go get my cup.
Yeah, 4 foot, 200 pounds. Jesus, you are a
I
chunk.
tap
You are
the base of my cup to slide to him.
I believe, Zach, the word you're looking for is stout.
I am stocky.
No, I know the word I was looking for. The word I was looking for is chunk.
I am a chonker, yes. I am not going to deny that. As long as I can lift heavy things, though, that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
I was trying.
Lift heavy things and punch things. All right, I bring my cup over.
I picked things up
Actually,
and put
no, I
things
go
down.
back real quick to go grab Roll's cup.
Oh, I already slid it to you.
Oh,
You're
okay.
across the table.
I did not know that.
He said it. Any case, and here's where I'm gonna go ahead and move you on.
Okay, sounds good.
As you go back to sit down, you find yourself in Port Bagginar. Now, a quick preface for this. You are... Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to do... Port Bagginar is actually a rather large port for such a small island. It's large enough that while there are a good number of large vessels in there, there's actually enough room on the side for passenger vessels, specifically, as one of the mates informs you. So you are actually, and that's actually right where the company office is. So, as you find yourself on the docks of Port Bagginar, you're going to want to go to...
As we start to pull into port and they tell us that we're reaching port, I'm going to try to disguise myself better to look more human and less elf.
Do it. Because at
Do I
this
get
point,
advantage or anything, or just straight roll?
mm,
I have the disguise kit, is what I'm asking.
roll with the disguise kit. But otherwise, just as you will. Okay. If your compatriots didn't already know you were an elf instead of a human, they would have been fooled. So you're going to want to go to the bottom of the map.
Yep.
By the way,
Found
bottom
us.
corner. Good. Just making sure everybody found you. So, you, as I said, find yourself in Port Bagginar. It's actually a rather bustling little port. Directly at the end of the dock, you do see the fenced-in yard of the company house. It has the company's logo on a sign outside and everything, and the ever-present job board that is the trademark of any MiddleMen station.
So here?
Yes.
Okay.
Does anybody
think it's up there.
need? Does anybody need any clarification on what the middlemen are?
Just a little bit. So real quick, we're pretty much just part of this company, and we just take on requests.
Essentially,
Okay.
the key thing to remember about the company, Archipelago Trading Company, the world you're set in is a chain of islands. Bagginar here being one of them. Trade between the islands was always a bit spotty until about 50 years ago, when the Archipelago Trading Company managed to really gain its wings and keep going. Even before then, however, the basic feel of this era has that exploratory vibe of the classic tales of pirates and sailors. Think your treasure islands and stuff like that. But, with the distinctly fantasy touch and a distinct lack of gunpowder weapons. The middlemen specifically are a faction within the Archipelago Trading Company that is the Adventurers Guild of this world. It is
Okay.
It is where you go for job postings. It is where you go to find glory, treasure, or just a thing to do.
Fun adventuring stuff.
It's the classic. It is the Adventurers Guild. You are free to explore the port at any time. Your appointment isn't until the evening.
Okay, so we got time.
Correct.
As long as we have time, I would first check in to let whoever is at the desk of the place we're supposed to meet that we are in town and to be expecting us, and then I'll go check out the merchants in the area.
Yeah, I was gonna go check in as well.
Same.
Okay.
There we go.
It is a night. Like I said, the weather is actually very nice around Bagginar Isle today, and so you're able to. And so they actually have what amounts to the receptionist sitting outside, enjoying what seems to be a spot of iced tea, a cup of iced tea, and a couple of cookies. Though she has all her books there and everything else. She is a later end of middle-aged halfling woman. And as you approach, she kind of perks up and gets her books ready. Oh, hello, dearies. How can I help you today?
Hi, yes. Here with the company. Just checking in. Gerbrander.
Can I see your certificate, please?
I pull it out and show it to her.
All right, that's all in order. And can I go ahead and just take a look, see it? All of your certificates as well? And then, when will you be trying to see the representative today?
I believe we have an appointment later this evening.
Let me see. Ah, I see now. Yes, you're taking on... Oh, middlemen. I see. We don't often get you folks over here. Explains the gnome, though. You should be warned, dearie. There are not a lot of gnomes on the island. They're not going to know what you are outside of this here port. I apologize.
I'm used to it.
I
Alright.
hold in a chuckle.
About it, but I'm used to it. What are you laughing at, Stretch?
Your
Well, let me-
disposition towards it more than anything.
I just kind of scoff and push past Gearbrander to show the halfling woman my papers.
Come on. Katie, but you can do it. Yeah, whatever.
So I'm
Yep.
holding up my certificate for.
Yep, she examines it and writes down your name and affiliation with the middleman. All right, we will see you by this evening. I'd recommend just before dinner time. Oh, the representative, he tries to keep a fairly tight schedule.
Noted. Could you point me in the direction of the marketplace, please?
Well, we got our. Well, if you're looking for that, we do have a forge right over there. And she points to a building, quite literally right across the street. And then right across the street from that is actually our trading post. There is a larger marketplace, sort of over yonder, though. I don't know how many merchants there actually will be today. So the trading post is actually just going to be your basic. It's just going to be your best supply stop. Though the company lodge is also right next to that. So I will go ahead. So you have a map, and she basically just draws out this section of the map because this is going to be the main little hub I'm going to have you guys in, if that's okay.
That's fine.
It's totally not because I didn't get the chance to draw up the rest of Port Bagginar. What are you talking about?
We
Why
got
are you
this.
asking all them questions?
Suspicious.
Making statements, assuming.
All that said, I'm going to approach the job board, which I assume is over here, and just start looking over the jobs.
I'm going to inspect the smith's work and then go check out the trading post.
Could you ping the trading post on the map, please? One more time. Awesome. I'm gonna make my way over to the trading post.
Cool.
I try to look over Gearbrander's shoulder, but then I realize I'm only 4 foot tall, so I'm trying to look under his armpit.
One thing I am going to go ahead and do. God bless it. Can I go ahead and have Gearbrander and Hart move one space forward, or 2 spaces if you so choose?
Bank.
Because that's where the job board is.
Oh, cool.
Under the awning.
Yep.
Neat.
Didn't realize how many of these places. Okay. So I'll just kind of go from left to right. Gearbrander and Hart, you see that there are a couple of job postings, mostly mostly a older posting saying that there's a messenger position. Speak to the company house receptionist for further details. Though there is a warning sign for bandits in the nearby Intermed Wood. It is a warning sign, and for anything like that, bandit activity has been increasing as of late for unknown reasons. Any details that could be found would be much appreciated and rewarded.
Is it saying all of this on the job board?
Yeah, literally in big, it's this particular piece of paper. There's 2 big things that say, beware of bandits. And then it goes on to say kind of all of that.
It says all of the things.
Yeah, it's in smaller script.
Ah, okay.
There are printing presses in this age, so
Cool.
there's also just a couple of like lost item posts, and one small card that just says small farmer's cart looking for guards will compensate.
Right.
So not a lot of super big jobs. The only other big thing on that board is another card that has the MiddleMen symbol on it and says all middlemen missions found within, and it points to the front door.
So specifically, the middlemen stuff specifically for middlemen is inside,
Yes.
and then the outside job board is for everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna request a copy of missing items job postings, like so I have a copy to know what I'm looking for if I ever come across it, like out in the woods or whatnot.
Okay,
I
I will.
This is one of the items.
I will have that for you here in just a moment.
Ooh.
So give me just a moment. I'm trying to figure something out. In the meantime, I'll move on to Lord Roll. As you expect the smith's work, you look down and mostly see that these are smaller items than you'd anticipated. Though once you see that of the 5 employees working, 3 of them are halflings, it becomes far less surprising.
Yeah. Is
Uh,
the area mostly halflings, or do we not know?
It is generally a fairly solid mix. It just
Okay.
happens to be that this particular smithy, which mostly specializes in tools and basic supplies like horseshoes and nails, brain fart. There are a few pieces of armor and a few weapons, but for the most part, it's going to be basics.
Okay.
There are pythons, there are whetstones, there are basically anything that would involve upkeep of a metal item is actually sold at this smithy. Which
Okay.
was
Does he have a specific mark or like that is used by any other merchants, or is it like his own style without marks? Is a
trying to think of how to explain it best, I suppose. So how it basically ends up going is he does have kind of a specific style when it comes to it. They tend to be very simple, but like not simple but sturdy, I guess is the best way to put it. It when you pick up even the regular human or elven dagger that you might be looking at, you could tell that it's of a good quality. It is a good quality product. He will. There is a sign, however, that says that his main, and it becomes very obvious very quickly that his main source of income when it comes to anything with weapons and armor is repairs.
Yeah.
Repairs and upkeep is the head smith's specialty.
Okay. I actually asked them, is the headsmith here? Can I talk to him?
One of the oldest halfling there looks at you and says, "Present."
Is your master smith here as slow as possible?
Present.
Do any of you speak English?
Yes. You're talking to the master smith.
Ah,
Do you speak English? I've been saying I'm right here.
I try to speak English. It doesn't always work out.
I can tell.
I notice your sign that you mostly do repair work. How often do you get repairs?
I usually get about one a day.
Are you happy with the amount of workload, or would you like to see a lot more come through?
I'm sure the apprentices would appreciate some more work.
Well, if you'd like, we can strike a deal, if you will. I happen to run a merchant group. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Kudan brand, but I am looking for more smiths to help with repairs as well as crafting as things go. And due to the quality of your work, it looks good.
I'll do my best. Can't give anything more than that. As for your brand, can't say I've ever heard of it. No.
That's fair. We're trying to expand as best as possible. Unfortunately, you don't always get to expand where you'd like, as fast as you'd like.
I'm sure. So, what? So, give me just about an hour, and we'll see what we can discuss. I'm in the middle of a project. I'm in the middle of a project as we speak.
Very well. I also need to make a stop at the, what was it called? The trades.
The trading post.
Yeah, trading post. So I'll be at the trading post when you're done with this project. I'd also like to talk to him about his wares and see if they were up to our standards.
Oh,
good day, and I wish you well.
You as well, sir. And do try to listen better next time.
I will. Unfortunately, with your accent, I just didn't pick up.
Then you'll have some trouble with the others.
Oh,
Have a
I
nice
don't doubt
day.
that. Enjoy your work. And then I'm going to head over to the smith.
Okay, and this is where I will go ahead and have Rena listen in as well. As you go into the trading post, if it's trying to figure out how best to describe this, because who the hell's drawing pictures on my map?
Yo. Sorry.
No, I just wanted to know.
I don't know how to erase it. I've been trying this entire time. That's where
you have to go back to your select move, swipe the whole thing in a big square, and then you can hit the delete button.
Aha.
I love how he's like, keep it serious, keep the role playing. First thing he does, draws a circle on the map.
I didn't draw a circle. I drew a star.
You drew a star.
The trading post is actually a quite quaint little place. It's got a few rows of basic goods, basic adventuring stuff. Got a few little knickknacks and tchotchkes. And actually, as you walk in, you smell a lingering warm sweetness in the air. There is a elven woman standing at the counter. She looks bored out of her gourd and perks up the minute she hears the bell ring as you enter. Hello. Welcome to the Port Bagginar Trading Post. How can I help you today?
Wondering, do you have instruments at all?
We have a few very basic ones. You're gonna want to go look in the corner just over to my left here. Was there one in particular you were looking for?
I mean, I have my bagpipes, but I really miss playing the lute, so I was kind of hoping that I could find one.
Well, we do have lutes, though. They might not be to the exact taste you're looking for. She says as she brings up a what amounts to a bright painted pink lute. Like it is a pastel pink with flowers drawn on it, but it's also small, kind of even for you.
If only this world had understood the concept of ukulele. Yeah, that's not quite what I'm looking for, but I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Your best bet for a lot of those is actually probably going to be, I think he might be out at the market circle today. We actually have an instrument maker. He gets shipments of supplies in from the port actually in order to build his instruments. So he actually has a series of very nice ones. I will warn you, they're not the fanciest looking pieces, but they are sturdy and absolutely work and are tuned absolutely correctly.
I mean, all I really care about is the tuning, honestly. I'm kind of used to doing the customization work myself. Out of curiosity, do you know if there's a forester in the area? Like someone who might come in on one of the trade ships?
A forester?
Like stuff like sorry, it's kind of hard to translate because where I'm from it's like really common. Don't worry about it, I'll figure it out. Thanks.
Not a problem. Just let me know if I can help you with anything else.
Appreciate it. Sure will. I kind of move off to browse the shelves of tchotchkes and whatnot, seeing if anything catches my eye.
I figure that's about the time I walk in.
Yeah, about there. So as you're looking around, you mostly just see some really neat animal carvings, like both wood carvings made in the pictures of animals and also animals carved out of wood. There's actually a really
badgers?
Sorry? Badgers? Is that what I heard? We wanted?
Carol?
Nani?
What were you looking for?
Badger. Is there, of the carved wooden animals, is there a badger?
There is. It is a very basic, simple badger, but it is a badger nonetheless.
Like, any room for customization, or is it just, like, basic badger?
It is unpainted, though it is advertised as stained / primed. And so you are looking at just a basic wooden badger, but there is a little card that basically, in all but words, says perfect for painting.
Trying so hard. Thunder right now.
Do it.
See, if we built this large wooden badger.
Okay. So, yes, there is a badger. There's also there's also bears, various birds. A foot tall deer that's worth like 300 gold.
I don't want to carry around something that is literally half my height. I'm good. I could ride it.
Yeah.
It's a battle.
Yeah.
Really
On top
fancy
of
wood.
on top of that, as you look over the instruments, there's a good number of flutes, very basic drums, the lutes and other strings are mostly meant for kids. Very obviously for kids. The fun, bright colors, and when you actually do pick one up and take a couple strums, it's not exactly tuned the best.
Tuned by children or left sitting there for a very long time. What kind of colors are we thinking of? Is it just pink? Or
No, the one she picked up was pink. It is. They're muted, so think like muted reds and blues, a couple of lavenders. There is one that's a neat forest green, but it's also the worst tuned out of the bunch, like easily.
can I tune it?
Yes. Though it doesn't quite sound right even when it is properly tuned.
Oof.
It sounds a little pingy, if that makes any sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. I gently set the forest green lute back down and continue just browsing.
Okay. Otherwise, it's the usual tools. A couple of there's robes, backpacks. Surprisingly, they actually sell basic artisans kits. So with a little pamphlet that says how to do some of this stuff. So like there's like a little wood carver's kit that says here's how to take care of everything and all that, and it's right there. It's with the kit. They're basically, if you can think of it being just a basic little
Beginner set.
Yeah, if you could basically the store is, if you could think of it being in a general store, it's the equivalent of a Dollar Tree, but like 3 steps up. So, actual quality stuff. Like, I don't want to bring too many real world equivalencies to this, but that's the best way I can think of to describe it.
I'm going to look through her stuff for anything that has a merchant stamp or anything that has any kind of name brand on any of it.
Beyond some stuff that advertises itself as coming from, as being Archipelago Trading Company sold, quality, that type of thing. As much, there's quite a bit of that, but otherwise there's not much in the way of real merchantry in this particular trading post.
Okay.
If
I'm going to ask the person behind the counter if they're the actual owner of the shop or if they just maintain the storefront.
No, I'm just an employee, unfortunately. The owner's out fishing for the day, so it's their day off. They can do what they want.
Do you know where he normally goes fishing?
Out on the sea?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if he was in a boat or off the pier or a different part of town.
Yeah, no, he owns a small fishing rowboat.
Okay. And do you know if he'll be back tomorrow or a couple days?
Should be back tomorrow. He doesn't. He's a bit of a workaholic, but he does take his days off seriously as well. So don't try to talk work stuff with him.
I'm going to take a small scroll out of my pack and just fiddle a small note to like make sure he gets this and actually like seal it up and everything.
Okay.
Just make sure that he gets this notice. I'd like to speak with him. I might not be here tomorrow to speak with him. That's why I'm giving you this note, to just tell him that I specifically am trying to seek business trade with him if he is available to do so.
I'll
I doubt he'll recognize the name.
Okay. As long as you say that, I'll see what I can do.
All right, thank you.
Okay, and do we have anything else? I'll go ahead and go back to Gerbrander and Hart real quick. Do you have anything else you want to do out and about?
I figured most of my time would be getting the receptionist to either make or give me copies of what I asked for.
Okay, yeah, she's writing it all out. She's a highly legible writer. Like, even somebody who doesn't know Common really well would be able to read what she's written. But she does take time. And so, but she's decent enough at multitasking and is good at conversation, so.
Fair enough.
You are all brought out a glass of iced tea at some point. Whether or not you're used to something like that is up to you.
Is it sweet or unsweet?
So would taste it.
It is sweet. It is sweet tea. Not overly sweet though. Think a half and half.
Fair enough. Suppose I will sip at it politely.
I partake in said sipping.
Good.
We step out of the trade. You hear 2 glasses clink.
Con save. That's what I'm waiting for.
What safe? I'm sorry?
Constitution.
Yeah. No, it's
It.
no, it might not be your favorite, but you know, it is rather refreshing even on a night, especially on a nice day like this.
Fair enough. Nice change of pace from grog.
Oh, I'm sure. Is it true that they literally just mix whatever soup they had for dinner in with just whatever alcohol they have?
It is, and it tastes lovely.
I'm gonna take his word for that.
I have a high constitution, by the way.
I would hope so.
So I'm gonna try and make my way to the market circle just to see if I can catch that
Okay.
instrumenter.
Okay. You're gonna kind of want to walk down here. Technically, you're going to be going towards the wall. Is where you're going.
Okay.
You're passing by the company lodge now,
All right.
and so it just has all the usual things. The only other building of note, as you come this way, is that the building to the south of you is all the window blinds are window shutters are closed, but there are a few people standing around it.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. That's weird. Oh well.
And so Market Circle is going to be here. And it is quite literally just some people have some blankets out. Some are just picnicking, but there is a small section, call it right in the middle, really. That is a bunch of dudes with blankets out, and they have various wares out. One of them happens to have more of the animal carvings, but different ones than were in the trading post.
Seems we have found our carver.
I'm gonna look at those and see if I can. I'm looking for a badger, specifically a badger.
Badger, mushroom.
There are more badgers. It's kind of the only common one between the two. This guy actually has a fair amount of badgers. It's a dwarf, and he's just sitting there carving away. The one in his hand actually looks like a bird, is what he's carving.
I shall call him the Badger Man from this point forward.
Badger.
Loads of badgers, a couple mushrooms, one snake.
Rage is showing.
That guy's looks to be selling casks of something. You can't quite tell what.
I'm looking around for the instrument dude.
Yep. I'm trying to find a good. Sorry, I'm trying to find a good token for him.
Gotcha.
Unprepared.
Well,
While you're looking,
I'm looking at the badgers.
is it this big house or the small house underneath it that was the guild house they were talking about?
Which one?
The guild house is the one with me and Hardcore sitting out in front of it.
Well, no. They said there was another house that was like a lodging or something.
Yeah.
The lodge is directly south of the trading post.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say. The big one here.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
I'm going to end up inspecting that one later, but that's it.
Okay. Actually, the one you find is a. When you do see her, it's actually a woman, or appears to be, that makes the instruments. Specifically half elven, but she's not like making any of them. She's just kind of fiddling around with what looks to be just a flute.
So I walk up to her. I'm like, "Hi, excuse me?
Hi. Oh, hi. Yeah. Hi. Yes. Hi. Hi. How can I help you?
Oh, you're a little high strung there.
You just surprised me. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I'm looking for a lute that would fit me."
Halfling-sized lute. Gotcha. And
Like, but
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, sorry. I know you're not. I've seen I've lived the port, closer to the port all my life. I actually have seen a couple of gnomes. It's just you guys are the same size. And she actually goes over to a box that's behind her because she doesn't have any loots out.
Okay.
And she starts pulling, and she starts rustling around in it, and then going deeper and deeper, and eventually the entire top half of her body is in this, but it doesn't look like anything's actually like getting broken or anything like that. And eventually she does manage to shimmy her way out. And brings out a small lute. It is the perfect size for you. And she hands it to you to give it a try.
Loot.
Stop stealing the words out of my head, Iskael. So I very gently, like, so as to make sure I don't break this, because I'm not if you break it, if you bought it kind of person. I fiddle with the strings and just kind of strum a simple melody.
Roll me, let me do something real quick.
Hello.
Sorry. By the way, something I want you guys to all do real quick. Go to your character sheets when you get a chance and just toggle and go to the gear and set advantage to toggle. Go
Where at?
go ahead and roll me a performance check with advantage.
Okay, it's going to be the gear right after spells, Kaz.
Yes.
And if you look where NPC is at the very bottom thing, it has Whisper rolls the GM, auto roll damage. One of those actually has roll queries, advantage toggle.
I don't see it.
It's the very first one under the NPC. But you have to click on the gear next to spells and scroll almost all the way to the
Oh,
bottom.
roll queries. Okay, so I choose what now?
Advantage toggle.
Advantage toggle.
Okay, I got it. I think.
You were able to play a simple but actually rather lovely tuned on a very well tuned lute. It's a little higher pitch than you might be used to, but you're also used to lutes that are bigger than you, that are made for people bigger than you. So
about the same size that I am. Got it.
Hey, only about 2/3. Either way, you're still playing it like a cello.
That's great.
And special offer, by the way, if you're interested. Because that actually has a few scuff marks on it, we're actually selling it for only 20 gold. Instead of the normal 35 we would be charging.
Okay, so we, as an aside, we kind of never discern how much gold I'm starting out with here, or am I flat broke?
No, we never did. What's your background? Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick. Sage. I know we didn't want to do this, but this is immediate. You currently have a belt pouch with 15 gold. No, I'm sorry. A belt pouch with 10 gold pieces in it, as well as a few other things that you are certainly able to sell and barter and trade. Because this is if you think you have something of equivalent value to make up for it.
I look sadly down at this loot, and I look back at her, and I'm like, and I just kind of, I slowly hand it back to her, like, I'm sorry, I really can't afford this right now. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. If you want, I can put, I can take 2 gold and hold it for you for a week. It'll give you enough time to get enough gold, and then I'll take that 2 gold off the total price.
I'm not actually sure, because I'm kind of here in town to do some stuff for the with the middlemen.
Oh. And she kind of leans in and whispers at you, "Are you an actual bard? Not just a minstrel, but an actual bard?"
Yes.
And she takes out a little piece of paper and says, I will charge half price for it if I can have your signature as an assurance that you'll teach me how to maybe be a bard. Because my dad doesn't want me to learn. He wants me to be a wizard. But no, I want to be a bard. So if you can teach me, I'll charge 10 gold for it instead of 20.
How old is this?
It's a half-elf girl. You can't tell because...
Yeah. It could be 80, could be 100, but we still look human.
Could be 80, could be 100, but still have the mind of a 14-year-old. Good God.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, parrots are so awful, aren't they? Yeah, of course I'll teach you how to be a bard. Oh my goodness! I will totally help you be a bard. Totally.
Getting major Valley Girl vibes from your character, Caro.
16 to 18, and it hurts.
I mean, real talk though, this girl, my character is very much Rage Against the Machine.
I mean, luckily, my other dad just wants me to build instruments with him, but whatever.
I mean, that's kind of cool because you can basically build your weapon. It's great.
Yeah. So yeah, whenever you're done with your middleman business, no rush. That's more important than this. But I just want a signature that maybe says that you'll teach me how to be a bard, and I'll give it to you for 10 gold. Deal?
Deal. I signed the sheet of paper.
Cool. And she kind of squeezed and almost crawls back into the box out of embarrassment for doing that in public.
This is adorable.
That was so cute.
Crushes the seal and signature in her hand, and it's no longer legible. Whoops.
Sorry, I didn't mean it.
As soon as she makes her way back out of the box, I hand over the 10 gold.
All right, it's all yours. Oh, actually, my dad might not be happy about that, but you know what? Screw it. My dreams, my life.
Ah.
In any case, let me finish. I'm doing other things. Let me finish this up. Okay. Thing I will do then. So, I will go ahead and finish you guys up. If you explore the town a little more, you see that you're actually right near one of the city gates.
Okay. I was going to actually see what was going on with this place as far as accommodations for us, if there's anybody of importance staying there, whatnot.
The company lodge?
Yeah.
No, it's actually almost dead.
But is there anybody important within the middlemen there?
No.
Okay.
The four of you appear to be, if not the only middlemen, but then definitely words, phrases, other things. There's not a lot of you in town right now.
Okay. Yeah, after that, I'm then going to head back with Nathan and Kaz.
Okay. That is
I'm assuming she hands me the loot after I give her the gold, and I just kind of like.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put everything on pause real quick. Go ahead and take 5, everybody. And we'll get to the next part.
Smoke if you got them.
I'm gonna mute my mic
Smokes
for
twice.
a second. I'm gonna set my headset down.
That part.
We'll be back in 5. Whoever's here, chat it up. Just don't leave dead air, please.
Ugh. So. Huh?
Just a heads up, you are not muted, Paul.
I didn't expect to be muted. Am I supposed to be muted? I assumed he paused the stream.
Yes.
Nah, I can't really pause the stream.
Actually, I can check.
He doesn't have a BRB thing, and he doesn't have a deafen option.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll go ahead and deafen then. Thanks.
Okay, sorry about that. Are we all still here? Or did we all
Some
get-
people are not.
Oh, okay. I said take 5, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Sorry,
a lot
I-
of people just kind of like did their own thing. Like, okay, we'll be back in 5. Cool.
Yeah, sorry, I had to take a phone call real quick. Helping a buddy play test a game.
Okay.
Yeah, he's making a visual novel, so I'm helping him out with that. Oh.
That sounds
That worked.
fun.
Yeah, except for the whole bit where he's sleeping 3 hours for every 24. And if that. Uh, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and use. Oh, wait, no, damn it, fuck. Okay, let's
Language.
see. Oh, sorry, TOS, my bad.
No worries.
Well, actually, if Iron Mouse can talk about dicks, I can say fuck. I mean, come on, let's be real.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a TOS thing, but I think he was just trying to avoid, or he was trying to make it as G-rated as possible.
Yeah. Because I was planning on putting this on YouTube, and here we are, like an hour and a half into the stream, and guess what? No, we're 2 hours into the stream, and guess what?
I have cursed.
It's not recording.
Oh,
It's streaming, but I have no archive, so I'm gonna have to ask.
You're gonna be able to download it off of Twitch itself.
Yeah, I was gonna
So.
ask you to help me do that after the stream's ended.
Yeah, we could do that.
That
Because I was
sucks.
gonna upload it to YouTube afterwards.
You can actually export directly from here or from Twitch to YouTube, including whatever I'm saying right now.
Sweet.
yeah. That's good to know, because that's probably how I'm going to playtest my buddy's game, because I don't want to write. I'd much rather just talk.
Right? Like, there's a lot of things where talking it out makes it a lot easier than trying to text that shit down.
I mean, everybody else is actually doing that, so if nothing else, I'll record it and then write down my main points of contention.
So I just want to check, like, Nathan, you're not planning to edit any of this stuff out. It's just straight from point A to point B.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Now, are we actually letting Kara know that we're pretty much mostly back? Or are we letting her finish her cigarette?
Well, once she finishes her cigarette, we'll go ahead and start back up.
Yeah, let her finish her cancer stick.
Yeah, we all have our vices. Looks over to the terabytes and terabytes of porn I have saved.
Oh, you too?
See, I'm cool with all those options. I'm just saying, I know she's going to feel bad that we're waiting on her.
Nah, that's
Nah.
alright.
It's fine. We're sending memes to this thing.
That was me.
Yeah, no, I'm noticing this.
Some of them were hilarious.
Bose noise canceling toilet.
I need that in my life.
Right?
Actually, I think everybody needs that in their lives.
At least
Oh,
one.
you become immortal, but your body still ages, and you have to harvest fresh body parts from people. Did you mean the main antagonist of Ancient Magus Bride?
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
wait.
is actually a thing, isn't it?
I still like the comments
Oh wait,
underneath.
shit. Hold on. We've all seen that, right?
Yeah,
I would
I've seen
edit out. I would edit out this break. If we edit out anything,
Right? But yeah, it's like, this happened on Supernatural. Supernatural happened on Supernatural. We're not even kidding.
So Caro may have annoyed the neighbors.
Ow.
She
Her
laughed
laugh
at,
echoed.
She laughed at something and it echoed around the complex.
Are we going to talk
Awesome.
about that time that we had her dying in Conan Exiles in real life?
Which time? You're gonna have to be specific.
Right.
When a certain female part was causing wind shear.
Oh yeah. when she made anime love interest. Got it.
Yeah, DOA, jiggly physics and all that, you know?
You guys had her rolling so bad she almost fell out of her chair.
It was great.
I might end up streaming Conan Exiles in the future as well.
Oh, yeah.
Good game.
I'm planning on keeping the server going. I actually really like it.
Yeah.
It's better than, taking resources from my own computer, just having it up. I just need to figure out how to edit it properly.
So
are we talking about a server for Conan Exiles?
you
Yes, I
play?
am.
No, but can I just ask something? Is it an isometric RPG? Like
We're
top
ready when you are.
down?
No. It's an over the shoulder.
Third person.
Ah,
Third
and-
person over the shoulder survival. RPG.
and now I have an interest.
So think of it as Ark without the dinosaurs and definitely less of the bullshit and updates.
It
Oh,
is-
wait a minute.
and
Conan
it is-
Exiles. That's by Funcom. Oh, I have a Funcom account. I have a Funcom account. I used to play Anarchy Online.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's also set in the Conan universe, so most of
Yeah.
what you read likely be lore.
I see.
Which
Well,
Yeah, Conan Exiles is a great universe.
I will say this. I'm probably still going to prefer playing EQ2 over anything else.
That's
I'm
fair.
picky on my MMO. I'm picky on my MMOs.
It's not necessarily an MMO, but yeah, it's fair. We each have our
Yeah, so-
vices. As I said earlier, we each have our vices.
So for 30 days of a 10-man server, it costs $15. I mean, I'm paying for it up front right now, but if you guys just want to toss me $1 each month, that
Oh.
would be nice.
Speaking of money things,
I can do that.
tokens. I talked to the artist that I'm working with, which is my friend Bethy.
Mm-hmm.
I could send you a link to her Twitter because she posts her art on there. She's
Does she do-
Shout out.
sorry.
You can give her a shout out in our streams.
Yeah, I'm actually commissioning her to do the work. It's going to be, because it's 4 pieces, we've worked out that it would be best to just go ahead and do it as pay for each piece as she makes it. And so it's going to end up being, because of the amount of work she has to put in, she's going to charge $30 per thing, which I'm okay fronting. Don't get me wrong on that. We can send it to her whenever she's ready, and it'll be our art to use, which is why I want to get reference pictures and descriptions in, so
Okay.
I could start
Gotcha,
getting that
gotcha.
process started.
Yeah, the hairstyle I was trying to describe, you can actually see in Conan Exiles. It's the Viking braid for the male figure. And since we're on the topic of Conan Exiles, if I ever do that stream, we may end up making, a secondary server or something. Or just restarting the one we're in.
No, look at Tavern. So pretty.
It will let me build it bigger, better, sexier.
Yeah, you just guys let me know what you want me to do for server maintenance on that.
With blackjack and hookers.
This will be like the 8th time you've restarted a server on me when I finally get settled someplace.
You and your monster staircase.
Hey. This
Dude, it'll look much better when it goes Viking, trust me. That black ice looks sexy on a giant-ass staircase.
Iskael, should I tell him about our never-ending first day starts of 7 Days to Die?
Oh, God.
That's like a 50-50 between you and me, so...
Well, it's also supposed to be how you play 7 Days to Die. It's meant to be like that. Conan Exiles is supposed to be you set up a server, you build, you're done. You just keep going. You're not supposed to restart from scratch every 2 days.
It's not every 2 days. It just seems like that because you're, like, never on.
Because I'm busy with actual real-world stuff.
And we're not?
Well, whose fault? Well, whose fault is that?
Tulsa
Well,
Welding
mostly
School
mine.
for only being available in
If we're being
Jacksonville,
completely
Florida.
honest here, it's mostly my fault. So there's that.
Yeah, fair. Hey, is everybody back?
Yes.
Yes.
Physically, mentally, both.
Stably?
kind of.
No.
I believe everybody has collected their shorts.
Oh, crap,
I
where
missed
am
the
I?
reference.
You're wearing your PJ pants. It's fine.
I always do.
I never wear shorts. I don't understand this reference.
Wait, you don't wear shorts?
Ever.
But they're comfy and easy to wear.
I don't like showing off my legs.
Thank you, generic Pokemon NPC.
Hey, that was Youngster Joey, thank you. Get it right.
Hold on. Youngster Joey was the one with the Rattata that was in the top 10 percentile of all Rattata.
Yeah, there's a Youngster Joey in every generation. Don't even at me on this, dude.
Ah, so there's Youngster Joey Jr., Youngster Joey the second, the third, the fourth.
Huh?
Well, junior and second are the same. You couldn't have a junior.
Silence Mortal.
I'm not mortal. You know this.
Alas, foolish mortal. Housekeeping question, Zach. How much does that loot weigh?
2 pounds.
Cool. Thank you.
More than your entire body. No.
And on that... Oh. Continue.
Yeah, 2 pounds.
I was gonna make a comment, but a lady never comments about her weight.
Fair. And on that note, we should
Back to serious business.
bring us
So, any
back.
case,
Oh, Swampy.
so in any case, the barmaid that Hart is currently talking to has the biggest titties you've ever seen.
Was that
No,
really necessary?
yes, absolutely. It gets me back in character.
Fair. Fair.
I attempt to
You're
motorboat.
going
Wait, is
exiles.
motorboat? Is motorboating actually a thing in here? What would be
No.
the right translation for this?
No, neither the activity that you're talking about nor motorboats. Actual motorized sea vessels actually exist.
You'll be creating a fad. Go for it.
I attempt to travel.
No, I'm joking.
Let me try to fix this. I attempt to traverse the mountains with my face.
in any case, by the way, when we edit out the break later, that's where I want you to bring it back in.
We're not, but that's where the jump cut in the description is going to be. Break ends here. I want to traverse the mountains with my face.
Okay, back to it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and time skip you to just before evening, technically late afternoon.
I.e., in time for us to get to our appointment.
Yes. Namely, in that you watch a halfling gentleman walk past you, and then walk in the door. Hear him say, "Damn it!" Then walk back out. You're the people I'm supposed to be meeting today, aren't you?
Hi, sir.
Hi. Representative Vandybuck here. If I can just have you come on in. Though, be careful on the floors. We just had them waxed. And I forgot that was today. So that's the other reason that my sister was out here doing her work. Beyond it just being a nice day. It is a nice day, isn't it?
Is there any way we could do this conversation in either the lodge or the opening? We'd hate to damage your floor so early in the morning or afternoon.
Evening.
No, all my notes are in here, unfortunately.
Okay then.
So I'm going to go ahead and move you into the company house.
We get a new map.
Yay!
It's a lot larger than the cityscape made it seem.
That's a different token, so I'll delete that.
Hold on. The other reason I moved you is because I needed to move the house just to grab your tokens.
Yeah.
Literally, you feel them. You feel the house lift as you enter it, as it literally goes. In any case,
all of this is canon.
All of this is canon.
In a cannon? What?
No, cannons don't exist yet. I specifically said no gunpowder weapons.
But I can find charcoal, saltpeter, and various other things in alchemy labs.
Just because
No.
we don't know what it's just because we don't know what it's called doesn't mean it doesn't exist yet.
Okay. Sorry, I was just making sure that everything was kosher. So oh, cool. You look up a halfling token and I get a freaking Quetzalcoatlus. That makes sense.
Brett?
That makes absolute sense.
The tile choice for your floor is making it very difficult for me to see where all the squares are.
Let me fix that.
Just ignore it. It's fine.
That works.
We snap to it anyway.
Yeah, you do snap to grid, but it does help people. Any case, he actually brings you over to this tiny little table here.
I try to walk as straightly as possible to this table, like around the corner, down, so that I'm not like damaging his floor more than necessary.
Yeah,
I basically came in the door and hugged the wall.
Yeah, he also did the same. And in fact, straight up just crawled under his little table there and ended up in his chair. And I'm still trying to find a proper freaking token for this. Here. This will work. I hate it, but it'll work.
It's a dude.
It's just a dude.
It's
It's
cool.
just a dude. Any case, like I said, company representative Brandybuck. So you're the middlemen that I was told were coming to investigate all the goings on, yeah?
Yeah.
Told that the details would be given to us.
I present my parchment in case he needs verification.
No. If my sister saw it and said that you're you, then you're you. Trust me. Trust me. If you are trying to fake it, she would know, and you'd be in the bay right now.
I don't know why anybody would want to fake one of these. Seems dangerous.
You'd be surprised. There's actually, as he's collecting his papers, he's saying this. There's actually quite a lot of prestige that can be done if you fool enough people with a good enough certificate. But my sister is, shall we say, experienced in sniffing out forgeries.
Good to know.
So, just pretend he's sitting in the chair, by the way.
That's fine.
The
chair's cocked anyway. You'll never put him in place.
Yeah.
What
is shown on screen does not exactly portray what is going on in this building.
I win. I've succeeded.
Damn.
You made him a large-sized creature without changing the image, didn't you?
No, I just said that he's a drawing, not a token.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They don't snap to grid.
In any case, because
so
I don't. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, in character. So would you care to tell us why we're here?
Absolutely. And he brings out like 4 or 5 sheets of paper, and starts reading. And because I don't want to do the accent, this entire time
That's
because me doing a shitty Irish accent is going to get real old real quick.
Yeah.
So what he describes is various rumors of goings on, especially on the western side of the Isle. Beyond the bandits becoming more of a problem in the Enermed Wood, he's also getting some strange reports from the outpost up to the north, as well as not a lot of how best to say correspondence. He's not getting enough his usual correspondence from his associate in the city of, what did I name it? Sorry, I have it written down somewhere. Give me a second. Basically, there's another major city on the bay, on the bay on Bagginar Isle. I'll show you a full map of this here in a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got a full map on display somewhere in the Guild Lodge.
Yep.
On the other side of the cavern. What?
So he describes that he's not getting his usual correspondence from the other side, from his associates on the other side of the bay. And when it is, it's been really spotty and really short, and he's kind of worried about that. However, most concerning is that he has heard nothing from the major fort on the island that is kind of a naval base as well as just a basic guardian thing. He has not heard anything from Fort Difficult, and that is extraordinarily worrying. And so he wanted to bring in the middlemen to investigate why this would be, if you can get any more information on these rumors at the very least, and then go from there. And so he fully expects that you guys will continue using Port Bagginar as your hub, but you will definitely be moving around across this island. The reason that it's concerning that he hasn't heard from Fort Difficult is because... Oh, shit. God damn it. I was trying to click over to the Roll20 tab, and I accidentally closed it.
Whoops.
And
Well,
this is
while
why
you're
we are doing
reloading
the
it
voice
back
on
up.
Discord.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
really.
It would just be
'Cause it
very
is
obvious.
wonky
Just
like
cuts
that.
out entirely.
Just
Yep.
Anyways, while you're loading back in, just to inquire, this
Roll20
is
great for this.
solely a. This is just a scouting mission. This isn't a rescue mission, correct?
At present, it would seem that we are a scouting force. They might bring in some heavier hitters if we discover something that we couldn't handle.
Yeah, but if we can handle it, we fix it and come back.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Now, is it Dithical? Dithical, or
I'll
difficult?
put it in the chat.
Okay.
I'll put it in the chat.
Cool.
Yeah, because honestly, it sounded like difficult with the T being silent.
Yeah, it is difficult with the T being silent.
Difficult, no T.
Difficult.
Yeah, there is a. I'm not going to say anything on that. Sorry, I'm just trying to find something else. Any case, his main point here is that as of right now, you are a scouting force. You are, but the fact that Fort Difficult is not saying anything is very concerning because Bagginar is a surprisingly good strategic outpost. And so if the wrong person gained control of the island, if the wrong group gained control of the island, that could be very bad for a lot of people.
So
Yeah.
we've lost contact with Fort Difficult, and you want us to investigate. That sounds like it'd be our primary start.
Same.
Aye, but here's the bit. I'm also concerned about. Can't find my note for this city. God damn. I'm not getting enough my usual correspondence with my associates in the other city. And the other thing is reports of strange ships being seen to the north.
Define strange.
I'm with the gnome on this one.
As in unknown.
They're not used to the shape, or they're not used to the flag they're flying.
Mostly the flag they're flying. Though I've heard multiple different descriptions of said flag. So you're gonna have to go up. So for the purposes of figuring out what's actually going on with those, you're really, really going to want to go up to the outpost and
See
ask
if
them and ask the militia there about it. Because you're middlemen, you should have no problem getting. And now you see why I didn't want to do the shitty Irish accent. You'll have no problem getting the information because they would be very willing to help you. Mostly because advance word has already been sent that the middlemen are getting involved. Because if there's strange ships going around in the north of the island, that's something the company would want and need to know.
So we're here to pull their ass out of the fire.
Effectively, reestablish contact with the military presence on this island to maintain protective presence, and then reestablish contact with the other city on the bay, as well as investigate these ships.
I'm going to actually put this forward to the guy behind the desk. I just want to verify. You want us to make sure that the bandits in the area aren't stopping the communications between the fort and that other town in here, as well as verify that these ships from up north aren't posing a problem for the future for your company, considering that you don't have access to the military to verify it for themselves.
That is correct.
All right.
Especially seeing as the road through Enermed is the primary way to get between the two cities.
So I say we look into this fort directly and see if we come across bandits. If we come across bandits, we handle it and see what happens. But I feel that these bandits are what's interfering with the back and forth more than not.
It's my guess as well.
I mean, I'm always down for an adventure, so let's where do we want to go first? The fort? Is that the general consensus here?
Well,
yeah.
here's the thing about that. Bagginar is a surprisingly large island, or at least surprisingly difficult to traverse. It's going to take you 3 days just to get from here to the next city, and then another 2 days walk north to get to Fort Difficult. It'll take a week to get there. That's what I'm saying. And so you could set out, but I don't want you just jumping into this alone. Do what you want, obviously. You know how you work better than I do. And so I will try to get any and all information I can from the outpost. Or you can go there yourself.
You mentioned not jumping in alone. Who would you propose would go with us? What kind of resources could you provide us?
Mostly information. We don't have a lot of militia we can spare, so I can't
It
send
didn't
anything.
seem that way. That's why I was confused as why waiting would help.
Either waiting, it's mostly an information game at this point.
All right.
Which that would be our job to acquire for you, is it not?
Aye.
So wouldn't it be best to allow us to get that information for you?
We are on the same page, but you're coming at it from a different angle. I want to learn if I were in your shoes, and this is not me trying to tell you what to do. Please understand that I am not a middleman. I want as much information as possible. So, if nothing else, if you could go stop by the town just to the north of here and send a letter to the outpost to get so I can get a clear picture of what's going on before you head in Intermed, I would be much appreciative.
Honestly, I would want as much information as possible too, but if these bandits are interfering with a lot of the transpondence between different towns, I'm not sure why going to that post will actually reach the destination you're trying to send it to.
Because the road to the outpost does not go through Intermed.
Okay.
Or at least it's not the only way through is to get to Intermed. You can go to Intermed. You could go through Intermed to get there. And that's technically the quicker way. But
The
going
bandits have too much cover. Attack you from the side of the road.
Aye.
Yeah.
And the village I'm talking about has enough of a militia presence that even without a wall, they're actually able to scare off most bandits. They have to get really brave in order to fight them.
All right, fine. Then change of plans. We at least hit this post, get the letter that you were wishing to send, to at least get information, and then from there head to this Port Difficult and make the best of the situation. See if these bandits are interfering or if it actually is something greater that could be more problematic down the road.
That's the goal, yes.
Now, do you have a map of the island?
I do. All my information moved. It took me a few minutes just to find this. So
if you can give us any kind of letter of approval to take it to one of the trade shops where you front the gold when we get a map, we can do that too. Just make it simpler on you.
Tell you what, go ahead and check in at the lodge. I'll make sure that a map is sent your way as soon as possible. It won't be any later than tomorrow morning.
That's an awful long time to wait.
We're not on a time crunch here.
Time crunch, no, but if that fort actually is in any kind of duress, the longer we wait, the more those other ships in the north can have time to build up and create a force.
But at the same time, that's what I can do.
I understand.
So, like I said, that's the latest I'll get it to you. As early tomorrow morning.
Which is fine. Assuming we have the map, I say we head out at first light.
Same.
Alright, sounds like a plan. And I don't actually have it on my computer, but I will go ahead and get a map going for y'all.
Awesome. And this seems like a decent enough wrapping up point. Unless y'all want to roleplay us checking into the lodge.
As you've seen, I'm good with role-playing anything you want me to do short of ERP.
This is really for the other players here.
I mean, sorry, I almost said that in character. I mean, Shed, we want this to be as authentic as possible, so why not roleplay checking into the inn?
I didn't say as authentic as possible. I did say I wanted a roleplay heavy thing.
So yeah.
And again, it doesn't really affect me either way. Like, it just, whether or not my character comes off more pompous because of such.
You come off pompous regardless, man. Just saying.
Well, again, he's supposed to be acting a noble, so he's playing the role.
Sure. Playing a role.
That's his name. Lord Roll.
God damn it! Can't believe. I can't believe. I cannot believe that there are 2 pun names in this goddamn campaign.
Best part is, I got that out of a random name generator.
Nice.
Okay.
Really
So
smacking my forehead.
Heard it.
and fuck it, I really, really, really don't want to actually build a map. So I'm going to use this pre-built one that I happen to have.
Nice. But yeah, next session we can set off.
Yeah, that is a very solid plan.
Works for me.
Along the way to the inn, I definitely make some stealthy grabs towards Roll's hat.
My hat?
Yeah, his hat.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do natural perception then.
What is your passive perception?
12.
Passive perception.
No, just-
No, mine's 12. You're the one trying to beat my passive perception to
Yeah,
steal
so
it.
so roll sleight of hand and try to beat a 12.
So I have a 2.
Here's open your
You never know.
open your in-game character sheet.
Uh-huh.
Since
Roll
you
his
don't
sleight
have
of hand.
advantage or disadvantage, you can leave that there. Then click sleight of hand.
Actually, if I'm unaware, does he actually get the advantage?
Very
nice.
Your hat.
Again.
I notice he takes the hat, I draw my rapier.
No, you don't.
Oh, it's just I'm missing my hat? You'd think I'd feel it come off my head. I just don't notice he's grabbing for it.
No, he actually did well enough. I'd say that you don't immediately notice it. You're in the company lodge by the time you realize that your hat is missing.
Yoink.
Okay. Again, I reach for my rapier the minute I feel that it's missing. Like, where's my hat?
No, you're literally walking in to take off, and you're taking off your hat because that's the polite thing to do, and it's not there, and you just look over at Hart.
Again, the minute
there it
I
is.
feel that it's not there, I immediately grab for my rapier. Not pull it, just grab for it. Where's my hat? Freaking out.
Try to put it back on his head without him noticing.
Another sleight of hand,
No.
I'm not the DM. Don't take my word for it.
Is it spot check to even notice after like now frantically looking for it that he has it?
What is spot?
Oh,
this is 5e.
No, there's not even a point to that.
Okay.
But good. This is the type of PvP I appreciate, where nobody's actually getting hurt. 1, 2,
just some friendly shenanigans.
7, 8,
That's great.
Yeah, I've had too many people like try to instant kill another party member just for the lulz. It's like, come on, guys. Your character's not even evil.
5, 6, 7, 8.
My character is chaotic neutral.
I snatch back the hat when he presents it and put it on, like straighten it
And then you
before
take
putting it back on the hook.
Because
No, I put it back on and straighten it and then take it off to put it on the rack.
Fair enough.
Oh, damn it. I'm absolutely fucking with your map. I'm fucking with the wrong map.
Oh no.
It's fine.
We got,
Oh god.
We got a week before it's required, so you.
You're going back. You're going back here for the time being, so I can figure out how to.
boat.
And it's going fast, and
Okay, Carol, we need to lawyer about your settings because I hear you halfway through half your sentences. The beginning, I can only hear from your room.
I can hear it just fine. So that's on yours.
I'm ending.
It's a delayed pickup. It's weird.
I'm ending the stream. Good night, everybody.
Good
Good night.